Eid Mubarak. Welcome to Sports Live presented by White Plus Pro Sensitive Toothpaste. আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি সৈয়দ আবিদ হোসেন সামি। আমাদের আজকের দিনের যিনি অতিথি এই স্পেশাল এপিসোডে, I think he does not need any kind of introduction. He's the legend himself, Mr. Ramesh Raja. Ramesh bhai, thank you very much for being with us.
Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak to you too, to all your viewers.
Thank you so much, Ramesh bhai. It's an honor. Ramesh bhai, we often use a term called jack of all trades. You have played your part as a cricketer. Now you're doing commentary. You have been the chairman of Pakistan Cricket Board. Now, if you look back, which role of yours actually taught you the soul of the game most?
It was while playing, obviously. I mean, you learn a great deal about life, not only about cricket, but about the highs and lows, because this game of ours mirrors life almost completely. And then the other challenging bit was being the chairman of the cricket board. It was a difficult gig, but something that I wanted to do actually. So when it was presented to me, I thought it through for about 3-4 days, and I said, okay. Because you see, you want to improve the general standard of cricket at home. Also, I based my chairmanship on 3 pillars: cricket excellence, commercial excellence, and administrative excellence. And I thought we did reasonably well as a cricket country under my reign. Because of the cricket performance, your commercial value went up as well, and administratively, I mean, yeah, we weren't such a bad organization. But doing commentary, it comes naturally to me. I mean, this happened by accident. I didn't really sit for the job. Once I finished, and way back in late 90s, early 2000s, there was this need for a Pakistani commentator, and so I got in when others were still playing. I mean, now I've got a lot of ex-cricketers doing commentary with me.
And now you have been a very big inspiration for people like us who are very much keen to do the commentary. Now, Ramesh, by talking about the evolution of the game of cricket, now it's very much data-centric, very much data-driven. Suppose when Matt Sadakat is opening the bat for Pakistan, we all know that data says that we have to bring Mehdi Hasan Miraj as an off-spinner. Data says all those things. Do you think that this kind of data dependency has made the game even more fascinating?
I don't think so, actually. You see, yeah, I mean, for young generation, maybe, but, for us ex-cricketers, there's this feeling called gut feeling. And when you're out there, you've played cricket yourself, there's certain decisions that you take, feeling that it's my day and feeling I can pull it off without any data or analysis need. And while, it makes a lot of sense, because you know that if you're bowling to, say, 𝐒𝐩𝐻 Ayub, you've got to cover the cow corner or, that square leg fielder, because 9 out of 10 times if you pitch the ball short, it's going to go for that no-look shot. So I can understand the value of analysis, but while you're doing commentary, I think, you're captaining the team on the mic. That's how I treat my job, because you've got to let the viewers know why a certain field is being made or put in, and why the tactics have been so poor in the last 5 overs, and you've got to lead them into action as a commentator, and that you can do easily when you've played the game. So, I mean, it wasn't such a difficult gig for me, but yeah, analysis makes it interesting. I mean, there's a lot of stats, there's a lot of analysis, but really to bank just on analysis, I think it kills the natural flow as a commentator.
Ramesh bhai, history says you played your first game against Bangladesh. It was back in 1986 during the Asia Cup, and you just outplayed Bangladesh on that particular match, bowling them out in just 94 runs. So any particular Bangladeshi cricketer back on those days impressed you a lot?
You see, in those days, Bangladesh didn't have good pitches. So you'd get these rough pitches like we used to early in my career experience in New Zealand, for example, because they had Ewan Chatfield and Richard Hadley, and so they would prepare pitches that were tailor-made for them. The ball would stop, you wouldn't be able to drive the ball on the up. And so it was difficult really dealing with the pitches. I still remember, my memory drags me back to that scenario, which is a highlight in my mind whenever I think of playing in Bangladesh. But now look at the pitches. I mean, they're fantastic pitches that you're getting these days. Can't remember who played against me, so you've got to run the scorecard for me really to know, because this is going back, about 20-30 years.
Now, Ramesh bhai, what actually makes a team champion? Because you have been a part of the Pakistan's winning stride during 1992, and you had your experience, you had your skills, you had your leadership. I'm asking you that question because in 2019, Bangladesh had their fantastic fives, 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗁, Mustafizur, Mahmudullah Riyad, Mashrafi bin Murtuza, Tamim Iqbal. But in spite of that, they were not able to make close to it. And still, they're out of trophies in their showcase, not even an Asia Cup. So what is the X factor which is required to become a champion?
I think you've got to be lucky, number one. Number two, great leadership. Three, your team has got to be in good form. Four, that you've got to peak at the right time, which we did during the 92 World Cup campaign. And also that because in a campaign you lose matches also. So you don't get yourself too down if you lose a game or two. And you've got to believe in yourself. I think that is so important. Form is there for you to excel, not to get bogged down and get pressurized. And I think if you got the ingredients, if you got leadership, I think leadership was critical when we were, when we were in that World Cup 92 campaign, because Imran Khan was, every time we would lose, he would, in the dugout, have this little team meeting, say, we can't lose this because, our purpose is greater because his hospital was being built. So that was the driving force actually for him, and also it became a driving force for us also.
So what's your thought on current Bangladesh national side? We have few players who have been playing at international level for last 8 to 10 years, Najmul Shanto, Liton Dash, Mustafizur Rahman. But if we talk about the global standard, where are they right now?
I think they've got a really good side. There's some fantastic individuals. Nahid Rana is pretty special, and so I feel that he needs to be playing in T20 cricket as well, because he's wicket to wicket these days and he's got pace. So you can't ignore pace. But I think your batting needs to amp it up a little bit. I see Tanzid, he's a great asset. He comes across as someone who picks the ball early and he plays spin well as fast bowling. So I think he's a great one at the top of the order. But it's just that the more the kind of pitches that you're making right now, I think the better the chances of Bangladesh to be then doing well at the international levels. Because previously it used to be spin, square turners, and that was one-dimensional and trying to help Bangladesh win matches at home. But I think Bangladesh have now become a better side because of the state of pitches.
Ramesh bhai, how does it feel to decode Mustafizur Rahman as a commentator in the com-box? And also, did you miss Mustafizur Rahman, the fees, to decode Mustafizur Rahman in the com-box? And did you miss him in the World Cup this time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got so many tricks up his sleeve, and he can bowl that slippery ball and then absolutely slackens the pace to 119, 110, and he's got this very supple wrist. And there's not a lot of change in his bowling arm, so he does it all quite smartly. So very difficult to place him. I'd be struggling because in our times, Steve Waugh was the only one who would bowl a slow ball or the moon ball. But other than that, everybody was hitting the deck hard and trying to bowl at a certain pace. But Mustafiz is pretty special. So he can be used as an attacking option, as a defensive option, as someone. He's your go-to guy like Jasprit Bumrah. And I mean, because he earns so many league contracts and he has earned so many, he's earned sort of a lot of respect that he's one for Bangladesh. I don't know how good can he be as a captain, because I always feel that a good bowling brain can be a good leader also.
Ramesh bhai, do you miss the greatest India-Pakistan rivalries? Because for last 10 to 12 years, it has been one-sided encounter. Apart from the performance back in 2021 and 2017 Champions Trophy, it's been the domination of Team India. So do you miss that classical rivalry?
I think the moment we lose to India, it's a wake-up call to redo our cricket structure, to once again look at what is not happening at the lower tier, because what is happening against India at the top tier is a reflection of the stuff that's not been done properly at the lower tier, whereas India has taken off, we have been static, and that is extremely frustrating, because you can beat I feel that you can beat a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th ranked side, but Pakistan seems to struggle the moment they play the 1, 2, 3, 4s of the rankings. And so I just hope that, it's a wake-up call for the administration also, because it can't be a norm. And it's such a rich rivalry. It's one made for the fans, one made for the television. And really to slip so badly is just not on. I mean, and it frustrates me. So our batting has got to amp up, our bowling has got to be good as well. So, I mean, we're lacking in so many spheres of the game, and it's just not right.
Any particular India-Pakistan rivalry moment that you cherish and you will cherish till the last breath of yours?
You see, so from year 88 to 94 or 5, we played something like 25 one-day games against India. We beat them in 19. So it was a one-way traffic during that phase, like it is happening now. So let's not forget that Pakistan, in the previous years were really good against India. I mean, that Javed Miadad's last ball, 6 in Sharjah, will always be remembered, etched in my mind forever. And then, we had plenty of good games against them in Sharjah, basically. Also, I think one game in Kolkata, where Salim Ali got 70 of just 37 or 40 balls, and we won when we were losing, actually. It was a memorable game as well.
Ramesh bhai, what does differentiate a good cricketer and a legendary cricketer? What is the difference between a good cricketer and a legendary cricketer?
So the legendary cricketer will play the crunch moments a lot better. He'll have a clarity in mind. He'll not be confused in pressure situations, and he'll be the one to raise his hand that, look, please involve me, engage me, I'm going to win you this game. So they are match winners, and they play the pressure points much better than an average batsman or a bowler.
What's your thought on the fantastic fives of Bangladesh, starting with Shakib Al Hasan, Tamim Iqbal, Mushfiqur Rahim?
Yeah, I mean, they livened up the game in Bangladesh overseas also, and it's always good to have such players from marketing point of view also, from fan-based point of view also, because, as a commentator, I would love to do commentary when a Shakib is bowling or when Tamim Iqbal is driving the ball through the offside. So you want a bit of a high in the comm box also, and they provided a lot of entertainment. So let's not look at the results, because result matters obviously, but it's the aesthetics. How pleasing a bowler or a batsman looks when he's operating. What is he offering to the fans? Those golden moments, those flashes of brilliance. I think you look for that also, and I think these 5, and now even like Litan Das, for example, on Tanzid. I mean, these are so watchable.
Now, Ramesh bhai, talking about the cricketing diplomacy, we have seen a discord between Bangladesh Cricket Board and International Cricket Council over the issue of Mustafizur Rahman's exclusion from the IPL, and Bangladesh did not take part in the 2026 T20 World Cup. So, do you think that it's high time that the cricketing administrators should come forward and they need to discuss about the future of the game?
Yes, I think, a parent organization, like I'm talking of Pakistan Cricket Board, for example. When I was in the chair, I reminded myself all the time that now I'm not a cricketer and an ex-cricketer. I've got to be a punching bag at times. As a parent body, you've got to receive a lot of blows and have patience. And I think that is what every organization needs to think about the game, about how a certain cricket board is feeling about his existence around the table when they meet for the yearly conference or committee meetings. And it's about winning them over. I think it's important that, Bangladesh is engaged completely so that they don't feel left out. I think the feeling right now in Bangladesh is that they were hard done by, shortchanged by the parent organization, and that there's a lot of politics as well. So as a parent body, the ICC needs to come here, maybe meet the cricket board officials, the players, just try to calm them down and allow them to understand their viewpoint. Because right now it's one-way traffic, because when you sit here, it's a perspective that is sort of against the parent body. But so I think connectivity, more meetings, engagement can solve a lot of issues.
Before wrapping up, I have 4 rapid-fire questions for you. I think you will enjoy that. So number 1 is one Bangladeshi cricketer Pakistan would love to have in their team right now.
Mustafizur.
Mustafizur. Okay, that's our fees. Which Bangladeshi stadium has the greatest atmosphere?
Here.
Mirpur Sherebangla National Cricket Stadium. Now, that's a tricky one. Who plays the cover drive well, Babar Azam or Virat Kohli?
Well, Babar Azam plays it well. I mean, so it's a split call. I mean, Virat when he's on song is a lovely cover driver. Both are very good.
One Bangladeshi cricketer you would love to have you as a commentary partner.
As a commentary cricketer,
Yeah.
I think Tamim does a bit of commentary, doesn't he? So maybe a Tamim or who else? I like Shanto also. I think he's a very good leader. I enjoyed him during BPL. So maybe Shanto.
Well, Ramesh bhai, thank you very much for your time, for your presence on Jamuna Television. Any last word for the audience who are watching out there? And Eid is going on right now.
Yeah. So happy Eid Mubarak. So I love being in Bangladesh. You know, the BPL was the first time that was here for the entire tournament and absolutely loved it to bits. I think it's the passion of Bangladeshi fans and how welcoming they are. And now that the relations are very good between the two countries, I can feel it here in the bones. The vibes are brilliant. And let's build on those vibes. Good feelings, bhaichara, whatever you want to call it. And more power to Bangladesh cricket, more power to Bangladesh fans and Bangladesh people.
Thank you so much, Ramesh bhai. It's an honor. দর্শক এই ছিল আমাদের আজকের ঈদ স্পেশাল স্পোর্টস লাইভে রমেশ রাজ আমাদের সঙ্গে আজকে উপস্থিত ছিলেন যমুনার পর্দায়, তাকে আমরা উপস্থাপন করতে পেরেছি। অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন। ঈদ মোবারক।